Episode 22, 44 weeks in, and going strong.
So, I think.
Yeah.
Technically, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm still not sure if we've missed any.
Probably. Oh well. Yes, there we go. Another fortnight, and here we are to entertain all of you lovely people.
You lucky, 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 lucky people.
You lucky so-and-sos. Whether you're sitting in work or listening to us on the tube, we thank you and welcome you. How are you doing, sir?
I'm pretty good, all things considered.
Yeah?
Still being nice and productive and getting lots of bits done and enjoying the month.
Lovely.
Yeah.
The last month of that British guy?
Yeah, thanks for the reminder.
Yes.
I was trying to kind of breeze over that nicely and
Well, we cannot forget.
Slapped back in the face with it.
Well, is this the first podcast since?
It is, yes.
Since?
Yeah.
Just the first one since?
The one 2 weeks ago went out the day before.
Yes it did.
The inevitable ending, so yes.
The day before the end.
Yes.
Enemy had a bonus.
Yeah, just 'cause why not?
That we didn't tell anyone about.
No, surprise!
If you haven't watched it, go watch it. It is very funny.
It is rather amusing, yeah. I'm still thinking that I need to buy the actual full game.
Yeah.
And just have fun with it, especially now Karina's got a Switch as well.
Exactly. If anyone doesn't know what we're talking about Tied Together on the Switch.
Yes, we did a 4-player version.
Yeah, it was rather fun. Watching 4 meant to be mature people try and use logic to get through situations.
Yeah, and just laughing inanely, yeah.
Yeah, but not enough skill.
No,
nowhere near.
And just not listening to each other, really.
Oh, no.
I think that was half the issue, of people just going rogue.
So, right, you need to anchor. Okay, I'm going to jump over here.
It's like, no, go there. Where? Dead.
One of them we did in 9 seconds flat.
We did, and then the one after we did in about 9 minutes.
But 9 hours.
Yeah.
It was fun, though.
It was good, yeah.
Yeah. What sort of game are you playing at the moment, if any?
What are we on? Still No Man's Sky, really.
Okay.
That has got very interesting. I am so glad I kept hold of that game when everybody else was trading it in 3 years ago when it was released and just not what they said it was. Because now it's actually what they said it was and it's great.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
That sounds
kind of tracking down this person across random kind of solar systems and building up my base as well. That is a new feature. And there's VR with it now as well, which I haven't tried yet, but that will be the next thing for me to try, is have a look at it in VR. I might do that this weekend. But yeah, if anybody had the game and has still got it kicking about and just hasn't tried it in yonks, then I highly recommend it. And it's probably dirt cheap to pick up now because everybody traded it in because they were annoyed at the fact that the game wasn't what it was sold as.
Ah, okay.
So yeah, it's probably really easy to get a second-hand copy of it for like a tenner.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, there you go, guys. There's a recommendation.
Yeah. What about yourself?
Well, I've just finished a run-through of Alpha Sapphire, Pokemon Alpha Sapphire. But I'm playing the game I'm going to actually talk about in a moment.
Okay.
Yes, but I recently purchased, and I've only played it twice, very briefly, but recently purchased the Spyro trilogy remasters for Nintendo Switch, so I can play it on the train.
Good idea.
Yeah, it's I've never played the originals at all. Just watched old school friends play it. I was more of a Crash Bandicoot kind of guy.
Same.
Yeah.
Yep, definitely same.
Very much more of a Naughty Dog guy, you know, Crash Bandicoot, Jak and Daxter, that sort of thing. But it's not disappointed. It's been fun. It's sort of like a go to a little cartoony world and collect stuff and do things and kill
there's
things.
supposed to be quite a few different bits and pieces to kind of find and collect and
Yeah.
It's not just, here is a level, get to the end of the level, now
Yeah,
you're on to the next level.
much an
There's
open world
quite a
level.
lot of, which for the time is quite, I can see why people really fell in love with it at the time. The idea behind that then was very different.
Yeah, exactly right. So that's what I've been playing, really. Just getting to grips with that.
Cool.
Not much. I've got a lot of editing to do and done a lot of overtime and things like that. Got a wedding to save up for, Christ. But yes, so yeah, whenever I've got some time, I'm going to be doing that. I'm on a train. Oh, actually, I'm not going to be on a train till Monday. So, until tomorrow. Not for 4 days' time. I mean, till tomorrow.
Oh, of course, yes.
Yes.
Time.
Yeah, that's what I've been playing.
Ah, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one kind of slipped me by at the time, but yeah, with all these remasters that are coming out,
Indeed.
it might be. I think Karina was a very big Spyro player back in the day.
Back in there.
Back in there, so it wouldn't surprise me if she ends up getting it, and then I can just nick it and play it myself as well.
Yeah. Fair enough. If you could have one game remastered, what would it be?
Ooh.
Exactly. That's a big question for the introduction.
Is this part of your discussion?
No, it isn't actually. I just thought of it.
This is just a thing.
This could be a discussion for a later podisode, but for now, we'll stick to one.
I mean, it's probably the game that we're actually getting at the beginning of next year anyway, Final Fantasy VII.
Well, fair enough.
I've been waiting for that for so long.
Is that going to be updated graphics and everything?
It's a complete new build.
Yeah, fair enough, yeah.
The story's been developed. Obviously, it's got voice acting now. The battle system's completely different. The world is bigger. It's much more to do. Everything is... They've kind of taken the basic framework of the story and all the characters and built a new game, really.
Fair enough.
Or at least it seems that way.
Yeah. Well, that won't be too long then.
March.
That's alright.
But it is being released in stages, so we won't get the entire game in March.
Okay.
Yeah, annoyingly. But
that is a little bit annoying.
What would you have remade if you could?
Oh, well, speaking of Naughty Dog, I would have Jak and Daxter proper remake. Not
just the first one or all of them?
Oh, well, I'm most affiliated with the first one.
Mm-hmm.
The Precursor Legacy. That if they could do a complete remaster of that in the style of Crash Bandicoot and Spyro, I'd be exceptionally happy.
Easily doable.
Yeah, I mean, they've already done it with Crash Bandicoot at Naughty Dog, so...
Yeah, well, and with Crash Team Racing as well.
Exactly. Something else I might want to try.
They've got... Yeah, I need to have a look at that as well. Yeah, so they've certainly got the ability to do it, and I would think they would probably get money from it, so...
Yeah, I mean, I'd be buying it.
Yeah?
Definitely.
Maybe it'll be one of the last things they release on PS4.
Could be. Before the big move.
Yes.
Indeed.
Which will probably be in about 12 months' time, roughly.
Yeah. It's not going to be that far away.
No, that's what my money's on. Christmas next year, I reckon.
Yeah. I'm just thinking of November 15th this year, that's all I'm thinking of. That's all I'm thinking of.
I wonder why.
Not just on a personal level, because Pokemon Sword and Shield will be released, but also on a channel level, because it will be the first time I can actually record footage of a core Pokemon game series.
Of course,
Let's Go is exceptionally limited for stuff I'd like to do, but on Sword and Shield I can use any move and use not any Pokemon, but a hell of a lot more of them, and yeah.
Yeah, I suppose that's awkward when all the other games at the moment are on handheld devices, and it's fiddly, isn't it?
Yeah.
Having handheld devices being recorded in the formats that we've got.
Yes, exactly. And any Pokemon I want to talk about in videos that are on Sword and Shield, I can just quickly go to a little wild encounter, have a battle with them.
Yep.
And get the footage, and I can actually do something fun.
Yes,
exactly.
Indeed.
Straight from here to the editing suite to your eyes. Yeah. Well, speaking of new Pokemon games, I'm going to mention a game I've been playing a fair bit recently, whenever time allows. And that is a mobile game.
Uh-oh.
Exactly, mobile phones.
Uh-oh.
It's not Pokemon Go.
Not mobile games.
I know, I'm always sceptical with mobile phone games.
Yeah.
However,
is it a free-to-play one?
It is a free-to-play.
Oh, dear.
Obviously, it has microtransactions.
Yes.
However, Pokemon Masters was released recently.
Okay.
And I have been playing it. And it has been fun, believe it or not.
Okay.
I went in there with an air of scepticism, like, yeah, we'll give it a go. It's a Pokemon game. And it's been, I'm actually quite enjoying it. I've been playing a little bit before bed each night and, wherever I can. You need the internet to play it.
Okay.
Which is annoying, so I can't,
play it on the train.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but essentially, you are a trainer, you have a Pokemon, you're at this, just this sort of place, this island, I suppose. You don't really walk around the island as such. But, you team up with 2 former trainers from any one of the 7 generations of game we already have.
Okay.
And you go on 3-on-3 battles, which is and it's essentially like you tap which one you want to be the target Pokemon, and then you use your attack against it.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, and you have like a gauge at the bottom, which is, at the moment, I've only got 4 little segments, and the stronger the move, the more bits of the gauge it takes up.
Oh, okay, and then you get a cooldown before you can... So you can't just spam use your strongest move all the time.
Exactly, yeah. And then it will slowly recharge, obviously.
Yeah.
And it's sort of tactical as well, in that regard. And you haven't just got all-out attacks for them. You've got, you can X attack. You can use that twice in a battle. Or potion. You can actually heal one of your 3 of them in a battle. Mm-hmm. So it does get fairly tactical.
And is it still limited to just 4 moves per
It is,
Pokemon?
yeah.
Right.
You start with 2, and then every time you win battles, you get a certain group of items or something randomly selected. Mm-hmm. And you have a choice to teach it a new move with a certain set of items or a certain number of one item, that sort of thing. And you can level them up with other items, and it's actually quite in-depth when you get into it. But sort of simple to use, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, very simple to kind of just pick up and dive right into.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, and then the more you do it, the more you kind of work out the finer details of it.
Exactly, yeah. And they've got this thing, every single sort of pair is called a sync pair, the trainer and their Pokemon, which is really good. And you get these sync pair stories, which is literally they just tell you about something. But sometimes it adds a little bit more to what they were doing in the game, like the actual core series games. Like, for example, from the Sun and Moon series, Nanu, he's a trainer, he's a dark type trainer. And there's a bit where he's talking to someone called Grimsley, who is in Generation 5 and a dark type trainer. It's actually one of the Elite Four members. And in Sun and Moon, randomly, Grimsley's on a beach, and you just talk to him, and you flip a coin, and you're always correct because it's the game, no matter what you choose. And it's a little bit random. But then in Pokemon Masters, there's a bit where Nanu says to Grimsley, "You should come and visit me in Alola sometime." And Grimsley's like, "Oh yes, I may take you up on this." And then, obviously, you're playing Sun and Moon, and Grimsley's there, and you sort of think, "Oh, maybe they're making a reference to him visiting."
Okay, yeah.
But every little sync pair story's got something to it.
Yeah.
And it's just good. Oh, they're all voice acted as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not just reading wall of text.
No. So,
that's quite cool.
the main character in Pokemon Crystal, the first female character you can play as, is called Chris, with a K. Mm-hmm. She's actually in Pokemon Masters. And she's got a voice. And that's not something you've ever heard of, even in the anime, anything, so there's some sync pairs that are getting a voice that haven't had voices before.
Cool.
And it's just quite interesting, really. It's very, like I say, it's in-depth. It's free to play. You've got a quest you go through I've not got that far in it because at the moment I'm just sort of grinding the training, levelling up and everything.
Yeah, I was going to say, do you sort of move from place to place on this island with a kind of an objective, or is it just sort of a battle simulator and that's it?
You literally just like select main quest and then the next thing you have to do, and then automatically you're in the place you need to do it and you're talking to the people you need to talk to. It takes you to the places and you have the conversations.
Than you walk there and kind of do your own random stuff. It kind of takes you to the next objective.
Yeah, exactly right, yeah. And it is, like I say, it is actually quite fun. It's really enjoyable. I'm not going to say I'm going to be sitting here playing it for the next year or whatever, but for the time being, I have thoroughly enjoyed it, and I love just hearing the backstories and certain side stories of characters you haven't heard quite often. Like I say, the Chris, the first female character to play as in Pokémon Crystal back in like 2001 or something.
Yeah.
And it's just interesting.
Considering it's free, it's quite a nice little side piece, I guess, until the main event comes in November.
Exactly, yeah. It'll keep us entertained for now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I can fully see them at some point, having updates of, right, we've added this trailer, and then adding a trailer from like the Generation 8 games, that sort of thing.
Of course, yeah. To get people back over there and interested in it sort of 3 to 6 months after Sword and Shield is released or something.
Yeah. And it's just good seeing the different generations of trainers interact with each other. Like, for example, a Generation 4 gym leader seeing Lance and being like, oh my god, you're the champion of Kanto. Oh my god, it's Lance. It's really great to meet you. And it's like, wow, this is awesome. Just seeing all the trainers mingle with each other from all over the place. It's just gives it another element. And again, all voice acted, so it's just nice, actually.
Oh, that is quite cool.
Makes the characters come alive. Just makes the situations come alive, make it more real. It's just fun.
So I'm presuming, I know you said microtransactions earlier, I'm presuming the only thing really you can buy for that are items for learning moves and
you buy
leveling, things like that to make yourself stronger? Yeah,
well, from what I can tell so far, you only buy gems, and you use gems to scout for sync pairs. So like 200 gems it takes to find a sync pair, and then it's like, right, you found, Brock and Onyx, that sort of thing. So they've joined your team. And then the items, you just complete the quest, and you can do all the quests as many times as you want. Like, so I've been grinding the same one quest for ages, because I know I've got a team of Pokemon that are perfect for it, because it gives you a type weakness that your opponent is weak to, like rock, for example, the one I'm doing, they're weak to rock, and I know I've got one particular rock Pokemon that's exceptionally good. So I've just been literally grinding, and every time that happens I get what's called like a level up manual, and after and you can get some experience from that. It's effectively like a rare candy. So I've just been grinding and grinding, and other quests give you the stuff you need for learning moves and all sorts. But the gems are what you need to find the sync pairs. They're the only real things you can buy, but you can also earn gems in the game by completing quests, obviously.
And I suppose the more sync pairs you get, that gives your team variety.
Yeah, exactly.
In different, so there is kind of an incentive to do that if you want to make your party kind of. I suppose if you get better sync pairs, you then don't have to do quite so much grinding, if you like, because you're buying, in inverted commas, stronger team.
Yeah, that's exactly
instead
right.
Of building one. Oh, okay, that's not too bad then.
Yeah, I just need to cover the ghost and dark type. I haven't got a ghost or dark type sync pair, but once I get some of them, I've got all of them.
You're in. Oh, okay.
So I've got 16 of 18 types. Now I just need to train them all up. So it's just, I'm someone who likes the grind part of the game as much as anything else.
Yeah.
I know there are some people out there that are like, right, next, go. I want to carry on with the story. But I kind of like the whole idea of, right, I can do that part of the story, but if I wait a day and grind, I could do it really, really well.
Yes, yeah, I know.
Like that.
Well, that's kind of what you're not the kind of customer they want. They want people that need that instant gratification of, right, I need to move on to the next thing now. Oh, I'm not quite strong enough, but if I buy this thing, then I will be, then I can do it. So here's £5 of real money so that I can get enough gems or whatever to unlock that to then go and do it now because I need to do it now.
Yeah, exactly right. And that's not what I am. Ha ha ha.
No. Ah, well, you're kind of cheating the system. It's brilliant.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's all I was going to mention, really. Just the fact that I've been playing that a bit, and it's surpassed my expectations. And it will definitely keep me busy for the next couple of months until Sword and Shield are out.
Cool. Nice.
But that's basically it. I'll give it an 8 out of 10 so far.
Okay.
Give it a few months. It'll probably be down to a 7 from boredom, but it's
well, I was going to say we'll check in a couple of weeks and see where we are.
Yeah, exactly. It's just fun, just a nice bit of fun. But that's me done. Yeah, I'll stop going on about that now.
Okay. Well, talking of fun.
Yeah.
Obviously, video game wise, we do for the fun.
Hell yeah.
We do. And a lot of that is sort of delivered to us via how well they are marketed and sold to us. Would you agree?
Yes, I do.
Trailers and gameplay demos and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
However, there are, I would say, probably at the moment, for me, a couple of games that are being marketed, and the more and more I see of them, the less I am getting interested in them.
Oh, okay then.
One of which being Death Stranding. Which,
yes.
I
saw about this today.
Even the beginning of the year, I was still very interested in, and have been very interested in that since sort of Christmas of 2015 when the studio was first delivered. But it seems that the more we find out about what the game actually is, the less interesting the game seems to be.
Yeah. Is this... I might be confusing it with something else, but is this something that one of the creators tweeted about or something? Or am I getting that mixed with something else completely?
He definitely did tweet about it today because there was a live...
I think that
admittedly,
might be what I
it was a live Japanese gameplay demo, so that's kind of a little more difficult for us to get overly invested in because the game itself is very story heavy and there's a lot of conversation in it, and obviously when all that's in Japanese, it's very difficult to kind of connect with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, what was it tweet-wise that you're...
I can't remember. I read it at about 7 in the morning when I got in at work. It was just on the home screen.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember now. Damn. If I'm allowed to look it up, I may look it up.
Yeah, why not?
Were my eyes deceiving me, or was Mads Mikkelsen there?
Mads Mikkelsen is in the game, yes.
Right, okay. But right, good. That's all I needed to know.
Yes, it's definitely him. He is in it, and so is Norman Reedus.
Oh, really? Oh, is that the same game?
Yeah, in fact, you play as Norman Reedus' character, who is called Sam.
Okay.
But, yeah, I mean, given what we kind of saw recently at the Tokyo Game Show and also at Gamescom when they kind of had another trailer on Opening Night Live with your character actually pissing himself and a mushroom growing.
Oh, right, okay.
And that is not a lie, that's actually a thing.
Wow, okay.
And
that's
apparently
interesting.
that's actually like some kind of useful mechanic. It's not just, we put this in there because it's fun, tra-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. It's actually a useful game mechanic. But all you get to really see of the actual gameplay is him walking around with a ladder.
Right.
Basically being a courier. Now, I understand you don't want to show all of the really nice, impressive, decent bits of gameplay.
Yeah.
But... yeah.
Yeah.
What the damn hell?
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I can't find that tweet, so we'll forget that. But
fair enough. We'll
I think he said something confusing, which made people were like, "Oh, so it's not this."
No. Fair play.
Yeah.
Yeah, and recently as well, Fallout 76, kind of the more I looked into that and read into that at the time, it started putting me off and seemingly a lot of other people, it put them off what the game actually was. And I just wanted to kind of get your take on if there have been any games that you potentially were very interested in, that you kind of, by the time they were due to be released, you were like, yeah, I'm going to not bother with that now, or you kind of ummed and ahed and thought, okay, well, I'll give it the benefit of the doubt, and it actually did turn out to be trash.
I don't know, really. I'm quite sort of one-directional with games. I've given up with all the FIFA adverts that have come in on now.
Yeah.
They're just getting on my nerves now. And considering it's been the same game for about 3 years.
Very true.
That's disappointing.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, I've got to think of something.
Because, I mean, presumably I know there have been some people moaning about some of the new mechanics for Sword and Shield, but presumably the more you see of that, the more you're actually getting interested and invested in it.
Yes, absolutely. Moaning about the national decks not being there, but...
Yeah, and the fact that the giant versions, I can't remember what they're called.
Gigantamax, or Dynamax.
Yeah, Dynamax versions, that's kind of just an extension of something else, supposedly, that they've already had before, and it's not very creative or inventive.
Yeah, it sort of. It's like a mix of Mega Evolution and Z moves.
Yeah.
But I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was always looking forward to Captain Toad when it came out.
Mm-hmm.
I played that for a week and it was fun, but after a week I was like, yeah. Then they did some DLC for it, and I remember thinking, I'm just not that bothered.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just, because I'd played the game, I sort of thought, well, the game hasn't really gone anywhere. It's nice for what it is. But, you know, it was one of those like, yeah, I've done that now.
It doesn't really develop in any way.
No, it's just a slightly different or slightly more difficult level. And then you go to the next level, and it's, right, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've also never really been a fan of Smash Brothers either.
Oh, really?
That's been advertised a lot on Nintendo, and rightly so.
Yeah. And
it seems
they
to
keep
take
adding...
precedent.
Go on.
I was say it keeps taking precedent in every trailer.
Yeah.
Like, there's good 5-10 minutes on who's coming up next in Smash Bros, and I just sort of slightly think, I don't really care.
I was going to say, that seems to be the main hook for that. It's just, we've got these characters now.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, okay, but it's still effectively the same game, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, we're in a lull of major titles on Nintendo. Like, there's nothing major that's been out, so they keep I just think they keep rinsing the same. It's like, right, we've got new characters for Smash Brothers, sort of thing.
Yeah.
And I think they're just trying to get through to probably Pokemon Sword and Shield next. I think is their next major thing to release. I mean, if anyone's got anything objective, let me know, including yourself.
The only other thing I can think is Luigi's Mansion 3. Is their other big?
Oh, is that October?
Thing. I think so, yeah. I guess that kind of coincides with Halloween. That's the only thing I can really remember from like E3 and Gamescom.
Yeah.
That they were really kind of, look, this is a thing as well, but I mean it's not exactly on the same level as a Pokemon or a traditional Mario game or a Zelda or something like that, is it?
No.
It's still kind of second tier license, effectively.
There's no top tier. I'm sorry, I'm just looking at some games coming up now, and I'm Demon X Machina or whatever. Link's Awakening, September 20th.
Yeah,
that's Dragon Quest 11 as well. Overwatch coming to the Switch, but that's a game that's been around for ages.
That's been around for ages, yeah.
Yeah, Luigi's Mansion on Halloween.
Oh, it is actually out on Halloween, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, Just Dance 2020 is out on November 5th.
How are they still a thing?
How
is that still a thing?
Oh, here you go. Mario and
Jeez.
Sonic at the Olympic Games the week before Sword and Shield.
Well, that seemed stupid.
And then Sword and Shield, obviously. So we got a few.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say... Maybe Luigi's Mansion, actually. But I wouldn't say any of those are, like, proper... Oh, I don't know, actually. I've played the Dragon Quest XI demo. It's actually been quite fun.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm taking over your segment. I do apologise.
No, it's fine. Well, that's sort of opening it up because, like, on the flip side, you've got games, for me anyway, like Cyberpunk and Final Fantasy VII Remake that are like, the more and more I see them, I'm like, I want them now.
Yeah.
So because I wondered at first whether it was just me and I'm just getting kind of numb to that kind of advertising and people trying to like shove get this game because it'll be great down your throat, but it seems that if it's done well enough and in the right kind of way, it does still interest me.
Yeah.
Like, I can't wait for more stuff for Last of Us 2.
Oh, right, yeah.
I think Naughty Dog have been really clever with that and kind of going, oh, here's a little thing, but not a lot, and oh no. And whether that's to do with PlayStation also going, we don't want to saturate the market too much because we've got these other big games that we're interested in.
Yeah.
So, kind of hold back a bit.
Yeah, it's... Marketing is a tough old world, isn't it? But I do think at some point it's like, right, I get it now, leave me alone.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Square are usually quite bad at it. Like, Final Fantasy 15 was... The marketing for that was terrible.
What was that, the company?
Square Enix.
Oh, right, okay, yeah. Oh, they're the ones behind Dragon Quest XI.
Oh, yeah. Well, I guess they're probably publishing it. I shouldn't think they're actually developing it.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go.
They tend to publish a lot of other people's stuff now. But yeah, their marketing for 15 was absolutely terrible. I mean, the game was meant to be something else because they kept releasing stuff far too early.
Yeah.
And then not actually delivering on it. But what they've done for the 7 remake recently, like within the last year, has been spot on.
Oh, okay.
So it is still, like, even companies that are quite bad at it should still, like, are still perfectly capable of doing it. And then, yeah, you get urinating and here's a mushroom as the flip side.
And then you're like, right, I don't understand.
Yeah. And the more you see, it's like, I was really hyped for this game like 6 months ago. If you'd have not told me anything about it, I probably would have bought it on release day. Now you keep feeding this naff information about it. I don't care.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd rather sometimes they just didn't show you much.
Yeah.
Or they just showed you more insight into the one thing they showed you in the first trailer. Sort of like what Sword and Shield have done, actually. They sort of showed you, here's the new region, right, here's the new feature, right, here's more on that new feature.
Yeah, exactly. Let's go into what the wild area is a bit more. Let's properly show you what the Dynamax fights are like in a short demo thing. Or here's a couple of new characters we're going to feed in here that you haven't seen yet.
Exactly.
I think little and often is better rather than just here's an hour of stuff that you can't get your head round.
Yeah, exactly. You need to limit yourself a bit. Leave something to the imagination.
Exactly, yeah.
But that's not how the world works now, sadly.
No. Otherwise you end up doing what they did with Metal Gear Solid 5 and literally releasing the entire cutscenes of the entire game just in a slightly different order, so that then when you play the game you're like, yeah, I've already seen this.
Oh, right. Oh, that's disappointing.
Yeah, that sucked. It's like, yeah, I've seen this. And then there were scenes in the trailers, some of them, that weren't in the game.
Oh, right.
You're like, cool.
Well, where's that?
Where was that bit? Oh, no, that bit's been cut.
That doesn't make any sense.
Excellent. That's great. Thanks for that.
That's just ridiculous.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's kind of me this week.
Yeah.
Dodgy marketing.
Well, I can agree. That does happen.
Yeah.
And it is frustrating.
And it would be, if anybody else has any ideas of any games that they can think of, not even necessarily recent ones, maybe even one from like 20 odd years ago or whatever, that you kind of, the more you found out about it or the more they advertised it, the less interested you got, would be very interesting to see what other people's thoughts are.
Yeah. Do let us know in the comments.
Indeed. So yeah, that's me.
Yeah, fair enough, yeah.
Marketing is weird.
Alright, yeah. yes, it is. I never understand it.
No. No, it's not my thing.
No. Oh well. Alright then. Well, it's been a pleasure as always.
Yes, yeah, I realised that was kind of... And here's a grinding halt.
No, that's absolutely fine. Yeah, well, I'm actually going to go off and edit the video that you all saw, hopefully, 2 days ago on the Friday. Mm-hmm. I'm going to finish that and export that and get it all ready and looking shiny and nice.
And then we've already enjoyed it.
Hopefully so, hopefully so.
Lovely, lovely, lovely.
Yes. All right, well,
okay.
For now, we shall see or... Yeah, won't see you all. No. Goodbye. Yes. That's what I meant to say.
2 weeks for the final podcast together.
Yes, good point, yeah. Oh, your final podcast. That British guy's final podcast.
You killed it.
Whatever will happen.
I do not know.
Alright, yes, well, goodbye everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.